What's up, guys? Welcome back to another Her Lounge podcast. By the time you listen to this episode, I hope that I've already had my baby because I'm still pre-recording and she's still not here. So today is officially July 26th. Damn. 10 days. I'm counting down. I'm going to start doing the vlogs. Oh, yeah. I'm supposed to turn on my phone right now just to show what I've been doing throughout the day. Hold on. We'll do that in a second because I want to do a 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4 to see when she comes. Yeah. So type of thing. But anyway, Marissa's in the house today.
Hola.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
You know, she's busy now, so she can only come when she has time.
She's an entrepreneur.
You know,
I wanted to do my positive quote of the day, right? Of the episode, I mean, only because I've been such a
I was about to say her hair is getting long, but
dude, I do that all the time. I think that to myself.
Your hair is getting long.
Oh my God.
Stop it with the trickery.
If my hair could grow this long, I would love it. This long, it could. The thickness of it, I just don't get it. So
it's all good.
It's all right. But I've been kind of negative Nancy, or more like naggy Nancy, because I've just been annoyed because all I did was clean this whole week. My back hurts.
Keep going.
My feet are out of control. They're out of control. Pete's like, what are you doing after your podcast? I'm like, either I'm going to go get a pedicure or I'm going to beg that motherhood maternity place if they can squeeze me in for a prenatal massage because
let's do that.
Oh my gosh, they're great. The only thing is you end up embarrassed because you're the lighting, the candles, the massaging, and then one time I woke, I was like so embarrassed. I was like, was I snoring?
Yeah, I'd probably fart because that's what I do when I'm super 100% comfortable. It just boop, it comes out.
I less when they tell you okay, well, we're done, right? One time I sat there and looked at the whole bed to see how the hell they set it up so I could set it up in my house like that. I'm like, why do they get it so good? It's didn't matter which way I turned. It was comfortable. I was like, I gotta figure this setup. I was like, because it is great, but because I've been negative, or I don't really know which. I think I'm just annoyed. I think I'm overwhelmed. I'm ready to have a baby.
You've got another fucking child growing in you.
So, a positive attitude causes a chain of reaction of positive thoughts, events, and outcomes. It is a catalyst, and it sparks extraordinary results. So I'm just going to have a positive outlook.
Fuck that.
My baby will get here when she gets here.
I hate that quote today.
I like the quote, but I understand why. Fuck that quote. Yeah.
It's I needed it. I needed to tell myself that.
It is extra stress right now.
Marissa walks in, she sits down, she's like, I can't fucking breathe.
And I know I'm only 7 months pregnant. I know. But I can't fucking breathe.
Yeah, it's about the time that you just stop breathing.
I cannot fucking breathe. And then it's fucking hotter than a bitch.
You know what? For some reason, I was pregnant with Penny also in July, obviously, right?
I can't hear myself.
Oh, my bad. I might have moved your headphones. I was trying to give you space.
It's the cord.
Yeah.
There you go.
Wait. Okay, go ahead. We'll figure it out. Go ahead. Keep going.
And it's hot, but I've never felt uncomfortable hot, even in being pregnant. And I think it's just because I don't really know. Maybe I just don't mind the heat. I don't really know. That doesn't bother me.
It's hotter than last time.
It is. Hello. I know it is. I ain't gonna lie.
Oh, last summer?
Yeah, it is hotter 100%. Yeah, it is.
Dude, and the kids, I told you, my boys are already, my son is already wearing all the gear for football.
Yeah.
It's fucking miserable.
How often do they take water breaks?
Probably, though the coaches always have
every 15 minutes
because they always have the water, so they're good about checking them and making sure that they give them water. But it's Monday, Tuesday, and Thursdays, and they start at 6. So at least the sun's kind of, but it's still hot, still fucking hot. So it's bad.
Wow.
And I'm out there for all it's been crazy, man.
I didn't take Penny to gymnastics today, just so y'all know.
What?
I had to finish cleaning. It was sorry, Penny. And she was already going to start her little tantrum thing. And she goes, I just don't want to go to that one, just to ballet. And I just said, you know what? Today I'm not going to fight with you. I need to finish. And so I'm going to let you do whatever you want to do. And I'm going to leave me alone so I can just finish. So it feels really good to have everything organized. It just feels great.
Yeah.
So right now all I need to do is basically blow up the little What are those called? Bosu ball, Bosu, the ball, Bosu, yeah,
The Bosu balls.
The
exercise ball, the big exercise ball that you sit on.
That's why I don't know what it is.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah, well, they don't even make you do that in the hospital though, right?
They don't?
I don't think they make you sit on that at the hospital. Do they, Marissa?
I never seen.
Marissa's
I have
never
a
even seen one.
scheduled C-section.
Oh, yours. That's right.
All I see are knives and lights. That's all I see.
So I'm getting that. We got to blow that up. I have all the sheets ready for when that comes. The chucks, everything. So boiling nipples for the bottles.
Ooh.
I know. Yesterday I told Rob. Listen, I was texting Rob about how I'm thinking about going to Sugarland area, right? And then he goes.
Like moving to Sugarland?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Listen to this.
And then he said, well, what about Rosenberg? I said, ooh, that's too deep.
Ooh.
And then he goes, is it though? And I wanted to reply so bad, but I was on the ladder and I couldn't. I was like, this is going to take me too long to come back down and then come back up because I was like fixing all my shoes and stuff. So I was like, I was so proud of myself, y'all. I got rid of so many tennis shoes. Like, I'm giving them to Pete's niece.
But how many do you still have, honestly? How many shoes do y'all have, pairs of shoes in y'all's closet?
Oh, I have a lot.
I got like 10 pair. Rome has like 30.
That's weird. He's a sneakerhead?
I guess. I don't know what the fuck he is. He just loves shoes.
I love shoes too.
And I'm just like, I stick to
I like
my whatever
accessories.
until...
I can repeat the clothes because I can make it look whatever way I want.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. Like I can add this or change the shoe or whatever. But it's like for me, it's purses, shoes, and jewelry.
Dude,
those are my three.
Man. Dawn has a sea of shoes. Like we walk into our closet. Hers to the left side, mine's the right side. She has literally, no shit you not, 25 pairs of shoes. I look over, I have 2. Like I always have 2.
That's me.
I always have 2 pairs of shoes.
That's me, Rome. We're switched. Yep.
Pete's just as bad as me, but I also don't help it because I dress him for the show. So I'm like, ooh, you might need a new pair of shoes because the ones none of them in the closet really match that outfit right now. And so I'll be like, I'm okay. I'll be back. Let me see what I can find. If I can't find anything, then I'll make whatever pair in his closet work. But usually I'm the person that he's a shopper too. We're both
shoppers.
But we've been doing way better at not buying shit. Crazy. We're just not buying anything. It's just like, one, I hate going to the mall now. I hate going to the mall.
Ooh, we've been ordering online for a minute.
Exactly. Like everything.
Groceries.
Essentials.
God, I haven't been to a mall in a long time.
My maternity shirts that I bought for after the baby's born, right? Like to breastfeed. I ordered those online. I ordered one first just to see. And then once I saw that they fit, I was like, cool, then I can order several of them. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, I don't want to. Okay, real talk though. I think it's the lockdown that made me even more antisocial. Because before, I didn't mind going to the Galleria to go look. Like, oh, I'll be back. I'm going to go. And also because I would get steps in. So I was kind of like, it's a 2-for-1 type thing, So I'd just be walking, and I'd make sure I park all the way over there by Nordstrom, so that I can have to walk all the way to get all my steps, So the other day, thank you.
Ooh, coffee.
I asked him. I said, I don't know how to use that thing. Thank
no,
you.
wish I could
she was
get
dying
some.
over here.
It just walks out. I don't know how to use our Bialetti broke. And I'm like,
oh, it broke.
It broke.
Okay.
Yeah. And so I don't know how to use this little thing that he has that he uses to make espresso. And so he brought the espresso machine and it's missing a part. So went back and put it back and just brought this little thing that we have. It's like it sits at the bottom. You fill it up. And then you press it and then it spits everything. It's really weird. I don't know.
Is it small?
It's just a tube. It's a tube, yeah.
Dude, they've got all these weird coffee ways that they do things, all kinds of shit.
I'm obsessed with these kind of these cups that are called Bodum. I think that's how you pronounce it.
Bodum? Are they just the size of the cup or what?
It's the type of cup. I'm obsessed with them, y'all. Your coffee can be boiling. I'm giving you coffee in it, Marissa. It can be boiling hot, and you can grab it, and that shit ain't gonna burn you.
Ooh, I like that.
Bodum.
These?
There you go.
Oh, okay.
So those are my.
Look at Jamie right here.
That's right. Pull that shit up, Rob.
Listen. I have 2 with a handle and 2 without a handle. One of them is missing. Someone broke it. Do you see the price of it?
How much is it? It's $40
For
Yes.
one?
Son of a
Oh,
bitch.
that one's a six
No, it's a
pack,
six
though.
pack.
That's a good one.
That's a good. You know, you can find those on
Ooh.
Alibaba.
Yeah, but I gotta
People
make
aren't
sure.
ordering on
Yeah,
Alibaba,
I'm not gonna order. They gotta be real. So this thing has a cup where it makes the almost like a French press cup. It's a French press cup, bro.
Ooh, so you make it and it's already in the cup?
It's already in the cup.
That's cool.
So look at those cups. I have one and P has one. We have yet to use them.
Okay.
And I bought those so that when we travel, we could travel with coffee because we spend so much money on the road. I know that sounds like a tightwad, but we spend so much money on coffee
coffee's
when we're on the
expensive.
road. So I had decided that I was going to start using, because all you have to use is ground coffee and hot
Yeah.
water. And they have hot water anywhere in any hotel that you go. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like they have the machine that makes the coffee for you. Usually their coffee is shitty. So
Unless you're in Cali, I don't think you can use water. Aren't they restricting people from using water?
wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, I would. I would doubt
It's even
that.
that same brand.
It is.
Whoops.
That was the cup right there. That's the one I got him.
Ooh.
So it's ready to go.
That is a Bodum, Bodum, guys. Bodum Travel Press. That is fucking nice.
So he has one and I have one.
$37 on Amazon.
They can. So I have it to where in the bottom corner they'll see what we see down here.
Okay.
Nice.
So
I
I'm
like it. That's
obsessed with
badass.
those. I'm obsessed with those cups. But anyway, I clean. What was the purpose of me? Oh,
I don't even know.
I don't even know.
Hey,
But
this is
listen-
a reunion episode,
Yeah.
right? Well, by the time they get this, Marissa hasn't been on the podcast in like 6 weeks.
Oh, what?
Has it been 6 weeks?
It will be
It's
6
been-
weeks by the time that this episode comes out.
Lies and slander.
I swear.
Oh my God, it's been so long. I missed y'all.
It's been a
I
while.
missed y'all. I've been laughing at all the podcasts though. It's too much.
Hey,
Y'all
Marissa,
had me search that fucking transgender breastfeeding. That's what I put in YouTube. I did transgender breastfeeding, and it shows the man trying to breastfeed
It's
the
from the
baby.
Facebook one,
Did
right?
you see Ben Shapiro's video on it?
No,
Okay.
I just saw the actual.
We caught it. I showed it to her and my Jingo before it started going viral.
Yes.
Yeah.
Why don't you want to eat? I'm your mother. It's like, bitch, you have no milk.
It's latching on, but it won't.
It's
Bitch, you can't make
okay.
milk.
Stop. You know what? Let's stop. Let's
Oh,
go
that's
back.
too
Let's talk
negative.
about the coffee.
Let's talk about coffee and road trips
Listen.
and babies.
I am
I'm
so
so
happy
over
about your
that.
coffee.
Marissa's like, I didn't want to do this, but I did it.
Boo, I showed everybody that fucking
Is
video.
it not insane though?
It's disturbing.
I'd love for if you watched the video after we talked about it, please comment below, guys.
It's
I
fucking
really want to
disturbing.
know how many of you guys went in there and watched it because I watched the
You went to
entire
Facebook,
thing.
didn't you?
I went to Facebook Watch and I actually
It was too much.
watched
It was
it.
too much.
How, was it a long? Is it like a?
No, they're really short episodes and there's several stories of different. I think I told you this. So there's like
Yeah.
a deaf family.
Did I get the right couple though? It's the guy was like, the wife was like Hispanic.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the one. That's the one. Yeah, that was
Yeah.
that was scary.
Yes. The male that turned female.
And then
Y'all,
and then
I
what?
just got goosebumps from that sip of
I fucking hate you.
from that sip of coffee.
Hey, you fiend! That's a sign right there.
Wow.
You know what?
Please,
It's
no
because
one
times
call-
are tough right now.
No
and
one
you
call.
you need anything to make you just feel good. It's been a bitch, y'all.
That look at this, y'all. That was like orgasmic. Seriously.
Jingo, step it up, son.
Wow.
I haven't had coffee in 2 days.
Oh, that's wild.
2 days.
Why?
He's been gone for 2 days.
You know what?
Oh my God.
I'm gonna need you to do better.
And I'm not gonna go drive anywhere just to go get coffee. And I don't do instant coffee, even though it's there.
I
That's
figured you would drive
disgusting.
to that cafe that he got me, the Vietnamese place.
I know, but you got to get out, and I have pennies, so it takes
And
me
it-
longer to get
Oh, there's
her
not a
out.
drive-through?
They don't have drive-through.
And
Trust
I don't
me.
want you
I-
getting
I-
out with Penny and being pregnant while people are fucking robbing everybody.
and I
right
can't
now.
move fast enough.
You're right.
Exactly.
And Marissa's also got a great point.
Yes, they robbed we left the gate open, and someone broke into my Lexus.
What?
Yes.
You got it on camera?
Let me not go there right now.
Okay. All
Okay.
right. You know
All
what?
right.
You know what? The cameras work, everybody.
Yeah.
Don't play.
No, it's the sensor that's off, so it doesn't.
Motherfucker.
It doesn't. You can't see. Remember, didn't I talk about this? Did I tell you off
the
air?
podcast, yeah.
So we're waiting for our friend to come fix that.
They broke into Aiden's Lexus.
Yes. And let me tell you, they
Think
didn't
of
break
that.
no mirror, no window, no nothing. Because
It was unlocked.
It was unlocked, right?
Mother of F.
So that's one, my fault or his fault. I don't know who was driving last, right? But two, Every night I nag him. I was telling Rob this. I nag every night. Did you check the gate? Did you close the gate? Did you lock the doors? Is the alarm on? We pay for all these things. I'm just saying, right? You pay for ADT. Yeah. I pay for Ring or whatever that is. Yep. So there you go. I have 2 different type of security systems in my house. 2 different kinds.
All I pay for is the Wise, and I got it on Amazon, and it gives me notifications on everything, and I can.
The Ring does too. The Ring does too.
Yeah. And it's free every time. Oh, it's free?
You just pay for the equipment. And then you just see it you just look at it.
I know, but the recording, because
all you need is like an SD card.
Oh, because Ring is free too, but if you want that shit to be recorded, you have to pay for it.
Yeah, but literally it's, I think it's like $2 a month. Literally, those all it is.
Yeah, it's nothing.
So anyway, we pay for it. Mm-hmm. The doorbell in the front is the only one missing. Battery, right?
Okay.
So all the other cameras work except for the one in the front, because there's also another camera system that we have in the front of the house that's attached to this other thing. That's an off-brand one. Trust me, there's no reason.
Dude, that makes me so mad.
There's no reason. You walk in my back door, you've seen the camera right there. You're watching all angles. Yeah, it's huge. You can't miss the screen. So
they gave no fucks. They saw that camera like whatever.
And I'm just like, okay, so I always nag, right? I'm always like, did you do this? Like I go through the whole thing, right? Is the back door locked? You know what I'm saying? Everything. So we're leaving the next morning. I'm like, the back door and my door were slightly open. Like they didn't close them all the way. Almost like they didn't want to slam them in case. Yes. Yeah. So I was like, did I forget? That's odd. Then I saw the console was open. I was like, that's weird. But the top of the merch was still there because we had just come back from out of town. Mm-hmm. So the merch part was gone. So I was like, someone fucking broke in. And then we just got an iPad.
Oh, no.
Right? Apple right now is having a sell or a thing where if you get an iPad, they give you free AirPods. Right? Well, I have AirPods. So does Pete. Right? So I was like, my mom bought some off-brand ones from Mexico when she went. She's like, they're real. I'm like, Mom, they're not real, okay? I own them. These are fake. You bought knockoffs, okay? She goes,
well, do they work?
Said,
they still work good.
Yeah, they work. He's like, I said, my mom's walking around with knockoffs. I said, my poor mom.
Because these ain't even real Crocs, girl. I don't know what they are. They're knots.
They're Crocs with a K.
You can find them at TJ Maxx right now. That's where I got mine.
It is what it is.
And so I was like, I told Peter, I was like, I'm going to give these to my mom. I said, do you mind? He's like, no. And I was like, okay. I said, let me give these to my mom. So I had left them in the middle console because knew I was going to meet up with my mom and I wouldn't forget them. Well, they stole them. That's what they took. That's what they took from the car was merch, T-shirts. So we see some motherfuckers out there that don't look like they should be wearing Chingo Bling merch. We know where that came from. And they also...
They can have AirPods in
and they have AirPods as well. So brand new in a box, still with the wrapper, everything. And I just text Pete and I said, I know what they took. I said, my AirPods. He goes, I know. Lesson learned. You always tell me. My bad, boo. Okay.
God, he felt real bad. He knew he was about to get scolded.
That's my you know what I'm saying? It's like I can't do everything. Somebody take over just for a little bit. I want to just hide in a little bubble like that. Sometimes I'd be like, oh, somebody not saying my name when I walk the door.
I know.
Can I just hide in the bathroom? That's why I be Pete's like, what do you do in the bathroom? What do you do in the bathroom? Sometimes I just be sitting there doing nothing.
Hiding.
Contemplating
Hiding
life.
from the world.
Exactly. I lock the door and I'll just sit there on my little rug. And I just be chilling in there. Like sometimes I'll just look on Instagram. Then I'll just like, I really am doing nothing, to be honest with you. Just sitting there in silence most of the time.
The image of that is just funny. It's just like on the toilet, clothes on, just sitting there.
But everybody's getting fucking robbed right now. Like I just saw a video of a guy who was coming home from out of town. And I don't even watch the news. This is all tidbits of shit that I see like on Instagram or on
Bro,
Facebook.
his gate was open and the guy walked up behind him.
He just walked up behind him.
Pulled the gun out.
Man, they're getting ballsy,
you have
bro.
to have your gun on you every minute.
We don't.
You have to. Like
it's on this nightstand, but
dude, even when we're in the backyard, we don't have a gate. The driveway, you could just walk up. They can hear us with the music or whatever, and decide to just come to. People are ballsy. People are fucking ballsy. And then two, you get in a bumper to bumper, you don't even know how that's going to end up.
Always got to leave space.
Because you now
Always leave space in front of you.
Always.
For exit. Always.
you have to, because then there was this couple.
That's my fight with Pete a lot of the time.
Oh, yeah?
Too.
There was this couple who it wasn't even their fault. Got into an accident. The fucking guys come out of the other car, pistol whipped the guy. They shot him, killed him. I don't even know what they did to her.
Yeah, the road rage.
You can't even get into a fucking car.
Well, I told you at the very beginning of the lockdown when I was going to the gym, it's owned by cops. One of the cops that worked there, I think I said it on the podcast,
Yeah.
even. He said, whatever you do,
Don't honk, right?
at people. If they want to pass you up, let them pass you up. Don't fucking just don't. If you see someone tailgating you, get out of their way. Don't fucking try to press the brakes to be a smart ass and be like, get off my ass. Just move over and call it a day.
Yeah, like that guy who just lost his 17-year-old son. He was leaving the Astros game with his 2 boys.
Bro, I went to the
He
game
had
the
a-
next day. I was like, oh my god, that's
No
all I could think.
way.
That's all I could think of was that kid.
He let like 5 people in, and this other person was pissed off that he didn't let him get in, and he had told the guy, he's like, what he was telling him was, I already let people in. This vehicle followed him for, God, I don't even know how long, and on the freeway just started shooting. Shot the boy in the back of the head. It's crazy right now. Like, I really do feel like we're living in the fucking purge.
I already told y'all, man. I need
get
to
right
make
with
that.
Jesus.
Get right with Jesus, bro. And you know what's, Marissa? So Rob, this episode's not going to follow up the last one, right? When
Yeah.
this one drops, the one where we talk about the comedian, how she's talked about the porn star that went to Turning Point and all that.
Yeah,
It
will.
is.
Yeah.
It is. Here's the thing. It's crazy about all this because I was telling Rob that Sunday for church, I wanted to go by myself with Penny. Just the thought of like pulling her out of the car seat and doing all that. I was like, yeah, it's going to have to be church in my living room today. I was like, I'm just going to have to do it.
Smart.
Yeah.
You are a target. You just are. And now you're pregnant?
And I'm by myself. That was another
Yup.
thing. So I needed to go to Target. So I told my mom, like, hey, do you want to meet me at Target? Because I need to get detergent for the baby. I still have no onesies. I finally got her some onesies, poor baby. Diapers, just little stuff like that. And anyway, but the reason I'm talking about this is because it was tripping me out because Rob and I had just talked about how that comedian, why do I keep forgetting her name? Nicole Arbour.
And she's from where?
Canada.
I don't know.
Okay.
She was talking about how like you judgy Christians, if you'd be smart about it, this is your opportunity to reach someone. You know what I'm saying? Instead of, and that's what the sermon was about this Sunday. It was like a lot of people turn away because you're so quick. Because you're so quick to like just judge. And if you just would stop, and then he goes on deeper and says that we live in a judgy world though. Think about it. He started with the Yelp thing, and that's what I told Rob. He says, we don't go to someone's business based on someone else's opinion. That's the world we're in right now. Is that not crazy? He's like, and how do I know it's not you with the problem? How do I know you ain't the one that's got the attitude? And here I'm not going to go try this restaurant because you decided to give it a 1 star. And I was like,
and it's true, man. And those Yelp reviews matter. I remember when this stupid ass bitch left us a fucked up thing.
I'll be doing them Yelp reviews when I don't like something. But if I do that, it's because you've pissed me off.
Yeah.
Like you really just like irked me. I usually like people to know how good something is. I'm like, especially if there's like the Cafe 13. Like if it's a small business, I will for sure get on there and be like tagging them. Like it makes me proud.
Yeah, it makes me feel good.
It
to
makes
share
me feel
something
good.
cool.
Yeah, like it makes me proud that this little small business is doing so great. Like their shit is good. Like other people need to know about it, But when you piss me off, I'm gonna fucking Yelp you. I Yelp the place.
I'm gonna Yelp you.
Fuck yeah. Even the where we used to rent, where I told y'all we had the top and bottom or whatever. That real estate agency, I fucking can't stand them. I can't stand them. I fucking yelped the shit out of them. Anyway, I tweeted about them. I couldn't stand them. You don't understand. Like, it was like the most unprofessional.
Yep.
You know the problem with those companies, though? I feel the same way about my commercial company, that at least the commercial space. They can have a 1 star, but they have such a monopoly on commercial
They don't
properties.
care,
They don't
right?
give a
It doesn't
fuck.
even matter.
You're either going to lease from me or you're not going to have a property. How about that?
Yeah, that's so true.
Bitches.
Yeah, because no one cared. I
Yeah.
mean, they're still.
They're like, I want this
Busy.
space. I want
Yeah.
this. I want to rent in this area like that. No one else.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's
That's
so
so true.
unfortunate.
But some people use Yelp just to like be
Be bitch, yeah.
assholes.
Mhm.
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
Just to be fucking assholes.
And that's what he was basically saying. He's like, we've become these humans where we just like, we're not nice anymore. We're just
sick in our fucking heads.
We're not kind. You don't just tell someone anymore like, good morning, how was your day? I do. Even Penny knows. When I told you we would go for walks and people would walk by and I would say, how are you? And that was her like first little English words. She'd say, hi, how are you? Because she'd see me do that every time. It's just habit for me. If you walk by me, it's just kind of like, hi, how are you? That's just it. But he was just talking about that. And then it made me think of all the podcasts. Every time some fucked up happens, I'm always like, we just got to get right with Jesus. As I just say a cuss word, but I was like, because everything he's saying is so true. How did we become a world of this? How? You used to go to someone.
We're just full of ourselves. We really think that we're.
Think about it. If you'd go next door to go get your friend or whatever it was like a yes ma'am, no ma'am, right? But right now, a yes ma'am or no ma'am will be offensive because you don't know if that household is.
I don't give a fuck.
Whatever that is.
Non-binary.
What?
Non-binary.
Non-binary. There you go.
It's not hermaphrodite, Marisol.
I know. And then on that video that I watched because of the podcast or whatever that y'all brought up, they didn't want to put the gender or the sex. My bad. The sex on the fucking.
Oh, I haven't watched that episode. That must be a newer one.
Well, maybe I'm talking about a whole. Well, one of the things that they didn't want to do was put the sex on the birth certificate. So they were already getting to a point where they're going to get in trouble because the hospital wants the sex.
That must be something else because the one that we saw or the one that I'm talking about, she birthed at home because the hospital was.
Well, the husband birthed at home.
Yes.
The white person.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, then it is that one. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So they were talking about, and then she was pissed off because the mom was like asking if it's a boy or girl, and they're like, "It's so irritating. They keep asking me if it's a boy or girl. It doesn't matter." I'm like, bitch.
Ugh.
That's something that he talked about. That was part of the service on Sunday. I didn't want to bring that part up just because it's going to be like, Marisol, stop with your obsession already, right? But that's kind of how
we got to get transy up in this bitch.
He talked about that. He said, like, we have to now, the norms, because we were talking about norms last time too. It's like, we have to be, he goes, why do we have to be okay with things we don't believe in? Like, why are we being forced? If you don't like...
Can we? Yeah, that's great. Let's open up this conversation because Marissa's here. When did we all of a sudden have to agree with everybody?
I don't know when that happened.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what? When Trump took office. When Trump took office, you had to pick a side. You had to pick a fucking side. It's like you either were with Trump or you're on the bad side, or you're on the good side, or you're on Trump.
Go ahead.
But how did social
this all started? Media? I feel like it started when Trump got into office in 2016.
How did the like news media and social media have so much power to where they caused that much of a division?
I don't even think it was when he got, because Chingo was touring hardcore 16, 17, 18, and then once it started getting towards the second half of his term, then something happened. Because when he first got in, everybody was all over him. They were hating him, but the whole cultural shift, we've been talking a lot about this on RPT, where Andrew Breitbart said famously that politics is downstream of culture, and the culture shifted somewhere in the middle of Trump's presidency, big time.
And I think it kind of also happened. We need to call it the
Trump effect.
It's got to be.
When the George Floyd thing happened, I think that's when it was like,
no, I think it was before that.
Yeah.
I think that was just like an explosion that took off, but I think it was already like building up.
Pre-lockdown, pre-COVID, something happened. It was already
building up. I don't know. It's the craziest thing.
I don't know either.
Why do we have to agree on everything? We don't.
And he's like, and one of the things the pastor said was, and funny thing is he's one of the guest pastors. He wasn't like the regular. And he was talking about this.
He was being ballsy. He was throwing it all out there.
Yeah, and he was just like, it's okay. Like he's like, if you want to be whatever you want to be, he's like, it's okay, good, that you should be, because that's what you want to be. He's like, but it doesn't mean that I have to agree with it. It doesn't mean that my beliefs now have to align with yours just because everybody else says it is, and now I'm a bigot.
Yeah, right.
If I don't agree with it.
They just throw these words around so,
and it was like
so loosely.
I couldn't believe it. I was like, oh my God, Rob's gonna be like, stop telling me about church already. But I was like, oh my God. Because it was like, we just had this last episode. We were kind of talking about this. And Second Baptist does a really good job of of speaking on politics in a very I don't know, like, I mean, you know which way they voted, obviously, because of the way that what they talk about.
I just think when you don't have to pay taxes when it comes to politics, you need to be quiet. But I mean, it is what it is. I mean, some churches do touch on it. I'm glad
that they do, because they touch on it on a biblical base. So for me, I feel like, you know,
so maybe they don't really go there, but they always just kind of.
It all goes about it all ties into the Bible 99% of the time, but they talk about it. And another thing he talked about was Pharrell, which was the craziest thing, right?
The artist.
And that's he was weird. Talking about how that song Happy, listen to the lyrics. He's like, and then
that Pharrell song,
that Because I'm Happy, even though it's from the kid movie. Think about Because I'm Happy, everything he says, you know, and they played it, and he invited all the kids to come up there and dance. And he's like,
look at how they're just happy. They're just happy.
He's like, and then here's the whole thing. And man, I wish a Pentecostal person was watching this so bad.
Girl, they weren't.
Because listen, he said, I forgot what he said. It was like something, man, what was it? What was it that he said? It was like, he's like, I don't know what that word means. He's like, but basically they were dancing. And you know, like, it's in the Bible that they were dancing, right? Because so many religions think that dancing is like, you know, Pentecostal being one of them, right? And so when he said that, he's like, and everybody's thinking, what? That you're allowed to do that at Second Baptist? And he's like, yes, we're allowed to be happy at Second Baptist. He's like, and we're allowed to let children be happy at Second Baptist. And it was just like, you know what? This church is all right. I'm all right with y'all. You know what I'm saying? Because I was just like, he just touched on, like, he just made everything that's shitty that's happening right now, like, for you to be like, it is what it is. You're living in shitty times.
But the other thing, too, is that, yes, there is this crazy shift, right? That now we all have to agree. But I think that now, I don't know, I've never really been a social media person, even though I've always had social media. Well, Facebook at least. But now you know everybody's fucking opinion. And I don't think I never knew any. I still don't know how a lot of my close friends that I've known since fucking kindergarten vote. I don't know.
Didn't we talk about this? Was it last episode or episode before, or on the Patreon one?
I think it was on a Patreon one.
I don't even
Marissa,
know.
I've never been friends with anybody based on your religion, political views, none of the above.
And I just feel like I'm politically homeless anyway. You know, like I tried both. I both left a bad taste in my mouth, and now I'm just kind of in the wilderness all by myself.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, it's just, I don't really know anymore. That's why I just said we just need to get right with God. That's all you can do right now. It's like a ton of prayer and just kind of hope that people would just start to kind of like slowly, like the other day I told I said, I can't, Pete. I said, you know what we need to do? I sure did tell him what I said. I said, why don't we pray for our country? I said, legit. He starts laughing. I said, no, like I'm legit. Like I'm dead serious. Like, let's pray for our country. And let's just see all this prayer. Let's just all pray in hopes that people will start being like this.
Let's take our foot off the gas.
Yeah, like, okay, wait a minute. We're going too far, guys. Like, whoa. This should not be happening.
But not even that. Just not even this stupid transgender and critical race theory and all these stupid things that we fucking argue about. What is our role overseas? What are we doing around the world? I need to know, because I feel like we keep dipping and dapping when we don't know what's happening. Exactly. And the way that we've left so many countries in rubble, please don't think that can't happen here. Like, one day we're going to fuck ourselves. And that is what I'm worried about. Like, I don't give a shit about all of this other stuff. I'm worried about what is going on everywhere else. And
well, for me, it was a Cuba thing.
How is this going to affect me?
Yeah,
when Biden allowed Venezuela to go over to Cuba
and help the Cubans,
I got real scared.
Well, the crazier thing too is
I said that missile's coming.
They're letting all these people from the border in right in South Texas. All these people they know they're testing positive for COVID, but they want to crack down and do more federal lockdowns and mandates again. Like they're throwing those conversations around. Like, do they really care? Do they really care if they're trying to crack down on the states, but they're letting all these immigrants come in? Again, man, I feel for people, but that doesn't make sense. Those two things.
Well, it's not fair to the people who live here, the Americans.
That's what I'm saying. Let's crack down on the Americans, but let's let all these buses, follow Jorge Ventura, follow Anthony.
My thing is like, what? It's elderly abuse. Let's just call it what it is with Biden. It's elderly abuse.
I'm scared. I was watching Tim Pool and how he was saying that Biden was talking about Democrats Republicans think that Democrats are drinking blood. And
he said that on TV.
Dude, this is crazy.
Why would you say that?
But it doesn't even matter. Like what trips me out is
a robot from Westworld. I'm telling you.
What's tripping me out is that this is what's coming out of the president's mouth.
Yeah.
Like, something's wrong with your brain.
Yeah, the reporter was like, Mr. President, are there people in the Democratic Party that believe that the immigration blah blah blah? And he goes, is there people on the Republican side that thinks I'm drinking baby blood or something like that?
He's not right.
Fuck.
He's not right.
Marissa,
he's not
it's
right.
elderly abuse.
And for everybody to just act like he's normal.
Even with Don Lemon when he
the town hall. Did you watch that town hall?
No, I saw a snippet.
You want some laughs?
I saw it on Chingo's page.
You want some laughs? Watch that town hall.
I think I saw the little piece on.
But he helped
I can't watch
him.
it. I can't
helped.
Watch it.
Oh, you mean it's almost like, you know what I felt like when Penny is talking, right? And I don't understand, but then she'll say like 2 or 3 words at the end, and I'd be like, oh, that I know exactly what she's talking about now. Mm-hmm. I felt like that's what he did. It was like, what the fuck is this guy talking about? And then he maybe caught like a few words, and then he was like, oh, I think this motherfucker's talking about this shit. Oh, do you mean? Because then he goes, do you mean? Yeah. And then it was like Biden's like, yes. And I was like, what is happening? Like, I know so many people are like, I hate when I see comments like on my husband's thing that say, you're just mad because Trump won. No, bro. It's no longer about that. Do you not get it? Trump's been out. Everybody's over it except for Trump.
And he didn't.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody's over it except for Trump.
He didn't do a great job. He made some mistakes.
Yes.
So, but why are we still talking about this person?
Let's see if this is it.
Oh my God.
Why can't the experts say we know that this virus is in fact it's going to be, or excuse me, we know why all the drugs approved are not temporarily approved but permanently approved. Yeah. That's underway too. I expect that to occur quickly.
Well, that means you mean for the FDA?
For the FDA, not.
It's almost like how I do Penny. When she's like telling me something, I'm like, oh wait, did you mean? Oh, okay, yeah.
Bro,
I'm scared.
Why? But why isn't the rest of the world scared? Why does everybody think? Listen, it's okay if you whatever way you vote, it's fine.
Yeah.
But at some point, you have got to see that what is happening. This is not normal for a president.
Yeah.
Please go back and watch. I don't care how many presidents behind this man.
Look, George W. was questionable too.
I was gonna say, dude,
but I voted for him.
But
sorry.
that guy there, I don't know about him. I think he was just like a little. He reminds me just like a little spoiled brat. Like that's what George. You talking about dad or
Son.
Junior? Son. Yeah, exactly.
Ooh.
This is breaking from Gavin Newsom in California. Might affect.
California will have the strongest state vaccine verification system in the U.S. and will require state employee and healthcare workers to provide proof of vaccination or get tested regularly. We're experiencing a pandemic of the didn't I send y'all this? Of the unvaccinated. Everyone that can get vaccinated should.
So this is from Gavin Newsom's Twitter. So
if
basically,
you don't
vaccine
see
passports.
that this is control.
How much
okay?
overreach is this?
So check this out. So yesterday, I watched Kayleigh McEnany's live thing, right? And she'll go live randomly, nothing about politics, and she'll just be talking. And somebody kept harassing her about like, well, you got vaccinated, like fucking talking shit about her because she got vaccinated. She goes, okay, I'm going to address this because y'all seem to just like, I'm talking about where I'm at and what we're doing. Let's talk about it. So something that she said is this, which I agree. She says, I was there when Trump created it, right? Like when he was like, this is going to come out. I feel like it's safe because I was there with the doctor. She's like, but my dad didn't get it. My sister didn't get it. I got it. Because we all have a choice. So just because I vote a certain way, right, doesn't mean that I'm against it. She's like, it's your freedom. It's your right. We should not be unvaccinated and vaccinated. It's like, if you want to get vaccinated, then you should. Her reason was because their grandmother was really sick. And so she was around the grandmother a lot. The dad was like, yeah, I wasn't going to get it done regardless. That's my mama. He doesn't like an accent. He's like, that's my mama, but I'm not getting it, you know? Yeah. So, and then the sister, it was funny because she's on the live and her just like, yeah, and I want to have normal babies. And so then she quickly kind of just said, she goes, well, I plan to have several kids. She's like, and I'm sure my kids will be just fine. He's like, so don't say that, right? Like what her sister had just said, you know? But she was just, the point she was making is, yes, it doesn't matter which way you voted. If you feel like you want to get vaccinated because you feel better about it or whatever your reason is, because you're around your grandmother, I don't really know, whatever your reason for it is, right? Get it. And whatever the reason for you not wanting to get it, don't get it.
Yeah.
But don't fucking make me feel like in the country where we're supposed to be free, like now I'm a fucking like target.
You're the problem. We have a pandemic of the unvaxxed.
Don't come to my house. Don't dare come knocking because you're about to see ratchet. Do not come to my house. So if this is the one going on YouTube, I hope who's ever monitoring our club, because how do they know? First of all, how do they know if you're not vaccinated? They're not supposed to know.
Yeah.
Those documents are supposed to be what? That's part of the HIPAA.
That's HIPAA.
Yes.
I don't think HIPAA exists anymore.
So how do you know we're not vaccinated? So if our medical records are supposed to be private, how do they know that we're not vaccinated? That's all I got to ask. So what is HIPAA now?
Again, this is just a new way for us to be divided and look at the other person as the enemy.
Yes.
We don't stop, man.
Yes.
Like, it's too much.
It's ridiculous.
It's too much.
What was it that was causing like infertility problems? It was another vaccine in recent history, right? Was it something that women took only? Dom and I were talking about this because somebody was running their mouth about vaccines.
Well, I remember that shit that happened with the Puerto Rican ladies when they took that birth. It was supposed to be birth control, but it ended up killing some people and then making it to where they couldn't reproduce.
Man, I can't remember which one.
That was in the 60s, though, 70s, something like that. That was a long time ago.
No, there was another one within the last 10 to 12 years, I think. But somehow they're tying, this current jab to that as well, like the potential effects of infertility that we don't know about obviously yet. That's a good enough reason. If a woman doesn't,
and look, our government. This is the problem. Our government doesn't do their job. They pull back all these restrictions, make it so easy for them to make shit hasn't been tested, just so they can make fucking money. This is not shitting on capitalism, but when it becomes predatory and it affects Americans, if this is America first and it affects Americans in an adverse way, then you don't give a fuck about us. Then you don't give a fuck about Americans. The fucking people at the top,
and
the
I
government.
think right now it's obvious that they don't care about us. For me, right now I'm feeling like I almost feel like, that's why I said this on the podcast. It's we, the people, that are going to have to unite in order for us to make a difference. But how are we going to do it
if now it's against vaccinated and you know what I mean? Like, if you just step back and look at all the fucking chaos, this is all created.
Totally.
This is all created.
Totally.
Been created.
Totally.
While the people at the top, the government, watch us fucking just watch everything go to shit.
And it's just like,
but they always like to talk about how they love this country and they love the troops and they love this and they love that. What are you doing for your people?
No.
I see what you're doing for your pocketbook.
No.
You know what's crazy? I was telling my husband this morning. Back in the day when I was a Republican, I followed GOP, USA, all of this stuff. Well, for my email, and so I haven't unsubscribed. I still get all that shit to my email. And then I got some stuff from Nancy Pelosi, and it says she's asking. So I have stuff. All kinds of shit. I got libertarian emails coming in. But she's like, please help me meet my quota by midnight tonight. If you would just donate. This woman is a multi-millionaire. More than 100 million.
Way more.
200. Why the fuck are you asking everyday people for fucking money? You pieces of shit. This is what I just get so sick of. I'm just so sick of it.
That's why I like the Republicans that I've been following lately that are not.
They're calling them this new wave.
The new wave of
conservative.
Yeah, they're doing different. I also heard this thing where they're going into the churches now to kind of talk about politics. It's called. I heard it on War
Room Pandemic.
Yeah, the one Pete listens to. I be not listening because sometimes they're too much for me.
Yeah, Steve Bannon.
Talking about that's like, you know how guys listen to sports news, right, or whatever that is.
I used to listen to 610
that's
every
Pete
morning.
with the war rooms. I'm just like,
yeah, because they do multiple ones a day.
I know. I'm just like, oh my god.
But I'm funny about that, man, because in church you're already kind of being brainwashed anyway, just depending on where you're going.
Yeah.
And now they're trying to get their little toes wet in the religious scene.
What they're doing is he the way he talked about it. What I felt was like, wait, that's really smart because here's why. Because a lot of the churches are also being, I guess, brainwashed by a lot of the things that are happening, to where they're becoming more open-minded. They're marrying transgenders. They're doing a lot of those things, and so they're trying to, like, I guess, keep the conservative values, whatever that is, right? Which is just a man and a woman gets married, you know what I'm saying? And all that is concerned. So I felt like the way their approach was okay. I see it. And here's another reason why. They're also being attacked outside of, like, whenever they try to when they do their rallies or whatever, they're being like I don't know who's, I guess Antifa, like all these people are going out there and doing shit when they're just trying to have a peaceful rally. So they had to find
What kind of rally? Just like a church rally?
No, just like a church, like a vote for me, kind of like, you know, where they're trying to get your vote. So they're kind of being attacked now out there. They're being attacked.
Whose vote? Like what kind of rally? What do you mean?
It's like they're running for whatever it is, whether it be for governor or whatever
so like
it is.
A political,
yes. So when they're running, they're being attacked, and I should have paid better attention, but I was just like, I just heard the church part, and I was just like, oh, that's a good idea for them to do that. Almost like they're doing them inside where I guess they think they're going to have more respect, like Antifa or any of these over-the protesters are not going to walk in. I don't know why they're thinking that, but I think that that's what they think. But anyway, there was a reason why they were doing that approach to it. But it's because now anything that seems to be conservative, right, even like, you know, what do you call it? What is Tim Pool again?
I mean, libertarian maybe at this point.
I don't know what
he's on the left, but he criticizes the left like as he should.
Yeah, and he does both.
Yeah.
So that's why I said why I love listening to him.
Mm-hmm.
And anybody who can do that.
Yeah.
That's why I'm always like,
nobody knows how to do that.
Like anybody that can do that. That's why I totally 100% appreciate them, because I feel like that's kind of how we should be. Like, we're humans. We're not perfect.
Yeah.
So yes. If you vote
of the day, it's just a label. Like, you can't be married to a label. So even if you vote right, left, or you're in the middle, it doesn't matter. Each party's going to have their mistakes. So don't act like it's perfect. That's why, like, when I see stuff like, you know, like where it's like they're bragging about the right, I'm like, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Sure. You know what I'm saying? Let's just, and let's also talk about all the fucked up shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, can we talk about that?
Oh, it goes way back.
You know what I'm saying?
Honey.
So it's like, okay. And then when it's people talking about the left, you're like, you know, we've done it. Okay. No party is perfect. Let's just admit it here. Let's put all those cards on the table right now. No party is perfect. Which is why before, did nobody care which way you voted?
But I think this is our biggest downfall, and I think that we're never gonna unite. If we are doing ourselves a disservice by calling ourselves Republicans and Democrats, we got to stop.
Well, but Marissa, but people have always called themselves that, and in the past, no one was fighting about it.
Well, I think that
you just said you never even knew what your friends voted because it didn't matter to you.
I understand, but our government, Democrat and Republican. This is not new that they've been fucking us. They've been fucking us for a long time.
Yes.
And so because these politicians knew how to coddle us and talk to us nicely, we were so fucking blind we weren't paying attention. And now that you have this very polarizing figure, Donald Trump, now everybody's looking and everybody's paying attention. But this has been happening for a very long time.
It has, but what I'm saying is it didn't matter back then.
To us.
To a lot of people,
but our government was still fucking us. And
yes,
that's what I'm saying.
and they still are.
And I'm glad that Trump came along. I honestly don't think it was the worst thing that ever happened. I think it was the best thing that ever happened. Because now we get to see that there is no difference.
Well, he exposed a lot.
There is no difference.
Yeah.
Democrats and Republicans been voting the same. Joe Biden, he's not no fucking lefty. Look at his fucking record. He's been voting with Republicans for decades.
But nobody talks about that, though.
So he might as well be a goddamn Republican.
Just like no one talked about his fake name.
Oh, on the laptop? Did you hear that?
No.
So he has a, what do they call it? An alias, pseudonym that they found on Hunter's laptop that ties him to a lot of the overseas money. You know, like, dude. And
they're all doing it.
I know, but my thing is this. Listen. Do you remember when CNN would say that Trump had dementia and that he needed to take the test?
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
It was the biggest test. No, it was a cognitive test
test
that they wanted him to take, right? Because he's crazy. Because all the things he was saying. Yeah.
Too.
Okay. But Biden, how can you?
Girl, you know they ain't gonna say nothing bad about Biden on CNN.
But it's just like, wait a minute. I don't get it. Like, what are you? I don't. If it were Trump right now talking like this, Marissa, what would they do? If Trump was on there talking like this, man, what's going to happen?
What they would do. You already know what they would do.
And so that's what my problem is. It's like, if we the people really matter, we the people's vote really matters, right? Then why aren't we doing anything to question what this man is doing?
Because
whatever side you're on,
as much
whatever
as we
side
feel
you're on,
like we're doing our duty as an American in voting, does your vote really even matter? Does it count? Because they find boatloads of ballots in dumpsters every time it's time to fucking vote.
It's just I'm over it. That's why I just said, just God, I'm ready when you're ready. Just come.
I'm
just fucking
you, man,
come.
We gotta stop. We gotta stop with these fucking labels. Stop calling ourselves Democrats and Republicans.
And
we gotta start holding these motherfuckers accountable. What are they doing with all of our fucking money? Does anybody ever ask that? What do they do with all of our fucking money?
I'm telling you.
Send it overseas? You fucking bitches.
But for what, though? Overseas for what is my question. What do we gain? Rob, do you know? What do we gain by sending money overseas? I'm just curious. What power? Do we get power?
I would say allegiance from other countries, supposed allegiance, allies. You know, keep everything cool. You help me scratch my back, I'll scratch your back. Only difference is that they're scratching their backs way more than we're getting anything in return.
And we ain't getting shit, man. And if we ask for anything, we're just fucking leeches. We're just trying to get a free ride. No, bitch, that's our fucking money. Why the fuck are we paying for free healthcare in Israel? Why? Because a lot of people are sick, don't even go to the hospital because they don't have no fucking money.
It's just...
But they want to give away free vaccines for COVID, but they don't want to give people insulin.
And that shit right there. Yeah, that's a pandemic itself.
And the only reason people are fucking diabetic is because it's bullshit ass food that the government allows them to feed us.
Speaking of that,
they get to get us sick and then they get the medicine.
Brought a bag of stuff. She's like, hey, right now they're sending us like all this food because, you know, her daughters are on whatever.
Assistance.
Yeah. And so she's like, I'm like, I'm not eating that. She goes,
it's all garbage.
And she's like, oh, you don't know how to, what do you do with these? Because they don't do TV dinners. So, you know, they cook every day. So they don't know. I was like, that's disgusting. I'm not eating that. And Pete's like, we'll take them. I'm like, no, for what? He's like, what if we start running out of food? He's like, at least we have this shit to put in the microwave. I was like, disgusting, Pete. I die before I eat this shit. I said, because I think they've already poisoned this food as it is before
garbage.
I put it in
it's
my
trash.
Y'all ready to stock up on food? Because there's going to be another food shortage.
They said, I already know.
Y'all got freezers?
Why do they play these fucking games?
Because of what we're talking about right now. The more people panic, the more willing they are to be controlled.
And I realized that this is why I had a conversation with you about making sure everything's aligned and going. I talked to Pete about this. I said, this is not over. I said, they're going to do it to us again because they're not able to have the control right now that they're wanting to have. So they're going to do this again. I said, I feel it in my heart. I said, I could be wrong. I'm not into politics like you are, is what I told him, because I don't sleep, eat, you know what I'm saying? None of it. You know what I'm saying? I get bits and pieces here, or, you know, when I see whatever on Instagram, because I can't anymore. I seriously cannot handle any more of it. It's just overwhelming. You know what I'm saying? It's like I was starting to consume so much of my life and being just upset about it and just being like, motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? Just like mad about it, right? And I know we have to.
Come on, man.
And I know we have to be informed. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I know that. But after a while, you're just like, you're helpless. Like the whole border thing. I thought to myself, okay, it was wonderful that I went to go, you know, expose what was happening, right? When I went to the border and I posted on my social media. I can't do nothing. So what? I can't start a foundation to help anybody. I can't start a GoFundMe for anything. For what? What am I going to start a GoFundMe for? For what? Because I can't help anybody. My government's already helping them as it is, giving them money to wherever they want to go.
The government isn't doing shit. The taxpayers.
Well, we are, but what I'm saying is
Yeah.
they're being given all this stuff.
They're giving away our fucking money.
So what am I going to start a GoFundMe for? For who? For what? It's like for these kids, because these kids are the only ones that are fucked. It's these kids, right? So it's like I sat there and like thought about it. And then, you know, I'll hear like other people make their little comments, like other people who are always like posting things about what's going on, right? And obviously they lean more right or conservative, whatever you want to call it. And they'll be like, if you have a following, it is your job to, you know, continue to expose these things. And, you know, you shouldn't have to be oppressed by what you post. And I'm just thinking to myself, I don't want to post about it. I don't want to post. You see it all day long. Can you imagine if every fucking account starts now posting about politics? What?
That's why I go to Pauly Shore's page.
Oh my God, he's fucking
He was just
awesome.
in town.
He was?
Yeah, he's at the secret
it's
group.
a lot.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
It's a lot. It's
It's
a
just-
lot.
it is.
But you know what that is? We're being hypnotized. Even when you think that you're thinking freely, all you're doing is perpetuating the fucking bullshit. You are helping other people be hypnotized.
It's
whether
like-
it's on the conservative, whether it's liberal, that everybody's in a motherfucking trance.
It's like
Because at the end of the day, Joe Biden isn't the main man. Barack Obama wasn't the whatever. Trump wasn't the man in charge. He was somebody's holding the strings, baby.
It's
Because
Westworld.
it doesn't stop at the government is just the way things get done. It's the money that controls them. Is that corporate fucking power?
You know, Elon Musk has
Pfizer,
Yeah.
and Exxon, Shell, all of these, the government isn't shit. They are nothing. They are puppets. It's
that's
big
why
money.
I can't do it all day long. And that's what I mean about it. It's just like, it's just too much. It's like, it's like, it's hard too, because obviously I talk about it on my podcast, but like I tell you guys, this is how I like vent, because it's like, I'll be sitting there and I'll just be like, oh my God. What?
Do you feel alone,
Another?
listeners of the Her Lounge podcast? Do you feel alone like Marisol? Do you sit on your toilet sometimes with your clothes on thinking about what's going on in the world?
You know what? I'm going to get into the tub with my clothes on and just fill the water up, because I feel like it's been a very stressful time.
It is.
It's been a very
I
stressful
thought it was
time.
just me for a while, but you know, I don't know. I think it was when we were talking off air, Rob and I said, or did I text you, Marissa? I said, this child's going to be either anxious, like real, like, on edge all the time, or just like stressed out. Like she's going to be one of those Penny's happy as can be, because I had her during such a happy time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I was just living my best life, and I got pregnant. I got pregnant during a crazy ass time.
Yeah.
And it's all these emotions that I was feeling during that time, and they say the baby feels everything. So it's like, is my child going to be on edge all the time? Marissa, I text you that. You're like, she'll be all right, boo. She'll be your one child she'll
be resilient as fuck.
That's what I told Marissa. I said, she's going to be my one child that's going to be able to go with the flow.
Yep.
Like she's ready. Like, what's up? You know what I'm saying? Like, where we going? Yeah.
Where we going?
Versus Penny's going to be like,
I'm not going there.
What? No.
Bitch, I'm going to Happy World, Princess Land.
I need to go to Wonder Wild right now.
So she's going to be your sister, and this one's going to be you.
Yeah. I think Penny got it a little bit easier. You know what I'm saying? She's gotten more of the fun because she came at a different time. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like I'm always on survival mode. Like, with this pregnancy, because it's just like I'm already thinking like, if this happens again, okay, Pete, so you're not gonna have a job again. It's like, what do we do? And it's like, okay, you know what I'm saying?
I told Rome yesterday, I said, I don't give a fuck what they say. We're staying open.
You can't. We can't let them control this anymore.
It's too much,
they can't.
man. It's too much.
And it's gonna be people like you, me, all of us to fight and say, fuck you. Like Lena Hidalgo. When she
I changed the channel when I saw her fucking face.
When she tweeted that shit, I said, "You little hey!" But you know what? I was that night. I woke up in the middle of the night to go pee, and I saw her tweet, and I just took a deep breath. I said, "Take your ass back to sleep."
I get up at 6 o'clock in the morning, and I checked the message because I think it said that you read something, or I can't remember. I looked. It said active 2 hours ago. I said, "God damn!"
I was. I've been on this really weird sleep. Trust me.
Active 2 hours.
Yeah,
ago.
exactly.
Like,
and then I'll start.
What is she going through?
And then I'll be like, motherfuckers, they're fucking with us. I'm so mad at the. You know what I'm saying? I just be thinking, and I just be wanting to wake up. And I'm like, did you do what this bitch just tweeted? You know
don't wake him up. Let him sleep. Girl.
But listen. So when she tweeted that, I was like, this fucking bitch. I couldn't wait for it to be morning because I wanted to go to the living room to turn on the TV. I don't have cable anymore, so I have to watch the YouTube version of it. So I was like, I gotta see what she said. So ABC 13 News, which I was really surprised that they did a little thing that said, who can mandate masks? So they did like a man on the street type thing. It's like, who can man? People were guessing like the governor, the mayor, blah, blah, blah. So the only person that could do it is Governor Abbott. He can be the only one, and then your business. So if the business requires for you to like wear a mask, those are the only two. And I was like, I'm really surprised they did that, being that Lena Hidalgo just tweeted that we're going back to orange, or what is it, yellow?
Yeah. We were the second lowest. Now it's the second highest level. I think it's orange. So
she tweeted that, right? And so she's like going on there. And so I'm like, fuck this little bitch. So then I get on the tweets and I'm just like talking shit. And then I had a little rumble with somebody on Instagram with Sylvester Turner, because I don't know what everybody was praising him. Blah, 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 blah. I said, my comment was, well, I want to know what you did with the Harvey money. And that's what my comment was.
Up old shit?
Because we raised some. I hate it. This is why. If you've ever wondered why, if you've sent me something and you've asked me to please repost it because they need help for GoFundMe, I'm sorry, but that's what fucked it up for everybody. Because we're talking about everyday people who donated 10, 12, whatever, however much little money you were able to give to a city who was hurting, right? We matched whatever the people raised, Marissa. That was $21,000. The people raised 10, we donated the other amount. We matched it, Marissa, to the city of Houston, because I really care for my city. And so I left the fucking comment. And I said, well, I want to know what, and some fucking idiot.
You still donating?
No, hell nah. I ain't done shit for the city in a hot minute.
Trying to get out this hoe.
Don't ask me for shit.
Trying to get out this hoe.
This motherfucker says, see, I'm cussing back to back because this is how upset. He goes, it was spent on infrastructure.
What infrastructure?
Sir,
Where?
come down my hood.
Where?
Come down my hood. Because it still floods.
Dude,
just down my street it floods.
And that's another thing.
Every year it's infrastructure.
That's another thing. Our infrastructure is fucking crumbling, dude.
Totally.
I get on 3 bridges when I go to Louisiana to go see Rome. They're closing down a bridge over here, 225 kind of ish. It'll be closed down for like 2 months because there's a major crack. I mean,
I said infrastructure.
This is money that our taxpayer dollars are not being used properly.
They're not.
Man. They're
so
not.
when that person replied infrastructure, I said, no. I said there was no infrastructure, one. And number two, this was to help people that weren't being covered with their insurance. That their insurance was like saying no. That's what he was promoting. And so that's the reason I did to that organization versus the Red Cross, okay? Was because I don't know what that feels like, thank God, right? But I'd be pissed if my fucking insurance didn't cover some shit because of, you know what I'm saying, Mother Nature, right?
Yeah.
And it's not your fault. It's no one's fault, right? And most people don't have enough money saved up for a rainy day because they're living paycheck to paycheck.
Yep.
So I felt that, and I felt like if I'm able to, right now I'm able to, you're able to, let's help, right?
Yeah.
But when you told me infrastructure, I said, no, it wasn't. It was not used on infrastructure. I said, it wasn't help to help people either. He's like, then I don't know what you donated to. And I was like, no, because you don't know. So we're going back and forth. And I said, all Sylvester Turner knows how to do is give days to people. I said, so he probably gave you a day.
I'm waiting
That's
for Juice Caboose Day. When are you going to give me a proclamation?
I said, he probably gave you a day. That's why you're over here defending him.
And it's so true.
Because he was out there doing the South Side for 713 Day. I said, sit your mother down and do something for this damn city.
Yep.
And people finna vote him in again just because he went up there and did the South Side.
Not unless I run. Marissa for mayor 2024.
Go ahead,
bitch.
Marissa. You got a couple of years.
Mary, are you staying for the second episode too?
I got to leave at 3. My appointment's at 3:45 and she's like 6 blocks away from here.
We can make it a quick one.
Yeah. Okay. Well, this is the public episode, everybody. Marissa's
All right,
gonna join
guys.
us for the
Don't
Patreon.
forget, guys, if you
Bye,
haven't
bitches.
yet,
Sorry.
if you'd like to listen to our bonus episodes, guys, log on to patreon.com/Her Lounge Podcast. And just be a part of my little community. Even Marissa
That's
is
right.
on there.
I'm a comadre.
She's a comadre.
That's wild.
Look, times are tough, man. I can only do the 5. Jesus.
I was surprised when I said, comadre. I was like, because you texted me, she's like, you said, what's up,
I was
comadre?
like,
Something comadre.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, and I was like, okay, whatever. And then I was like, I don't know what she's talking about. I was like, okay. Because I know that you've been one, you have a shirt or a mug that says comadre, right? Something like that.
Something like that.
And so I was like, she must be talking about her mugs. And then, I'm like thrown off. And then I don't know what I was looking at. I said, did Marissa just pay to become? I was like,
Aw.
I said, you know what?
I do what I can.
She's all right.
takes a
You know what I'm
She's
community.
saying?
all right. She's a little wild, but she's all
she
right.
paid for this coffee that I'm drinking right now.
Woo, thank you, Jesus.
All right, guys. So log on and we'll be in touch.
See you on Friday.
Bye.